Rihanna's unexpected encounter in SoHo. New York City's famous SoHo district was alive as always, city lights glowing, the sound of hurried footsteps echoing through the streets. Amidst the bustling crowd, a chic yet unassuming cafe stood tucked away on a busy corner. Inside, the door swung open and in walked a woman who could command attention wherever she went. It was none other than Rihanna. She wasn't flanked by her usual entourage of bodyguards or assistants. Tonight she had chosen to fly under the radar. She found a quiet corner table, ordered a simple black coffee, and let out a deep sigh as she gazed around the cozy cafe. The last few weeks had been nothing short of exhausting for her. The media had been abuzz with stories about alleged tax issues involving her production company, turning her every move into a headline. But beyond the noise, what truly occupied Rihanna's mind was the future of the empire she had built. From Fenty Beauty to her music career and philanthropic endeavors, every piece of her life carried immense weight. But tonight wasn't about work. Tonight, she wanted to escape it all. For just a few hours, she longed to be anonymous, like any other person unwinding at the end of a long day. The cafe was the perfect sanctuary for this. The soft hum of jazz music filled the air, mingling with the accompanying aroma of freshly brewed coffee. The quiet chatter of patrons made the atmosphere warm and unpretentious. Rihanna took a sip of her coffee, letting her thoughts drift. Her attention was soon drawn to the woman seated at the next table. The woman, perhaps in her late 20s, was hunched over a notebook, furiously scribbling notes only to cross them out moments later. She ran her hands through her hair in frustration, her stress almost palpable. Rihanna observed her for a while, unable to ignore the tension radiating from her. Finally, she leaned over and asked gently, "Excuse me, is everything okay?" The woman didn't look up immediately. Without realizing who she was speaking to, she sighed and replied, "Oh, it's just stress. I have a big presentation tomorrow, and I'm terrified it's going to go horribly wrong." Rihanna smiled warmly. "I know exactly how that feels," she said. "Sometimes, even when we think we're perfectly prepared, things can go sideways. But then, out of nowhere, something unexpected happens, and everything falls into place." The woman paused, finally looking up to meet Rihanna's gaze. Her eyes widened in disbelief. She froze for a moment, dropping her pen to the floor. "Wait, are you Rihanna?" she stammered. Rihanna chuckled lightly and nodded. "Yes, but tonight, I'm not just Rihanna. Tonight, I'm the friend sitting at the table next to you," she said, her tone disarming and sincere. "I feel like I'm drowning," she admitted, her voice trembling. "I'm so scared I'm going to fail." Rihanna reached out and placed a reassuring hand on the woman's. "I've been there," she said. "When my first album was about to drop, everyone was watching me, waiting to see if I would sink or swim. It felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. But you know what I learned? No one expects us to be perfect. They just expect us to give it our best shot." The woman blinked back tears, visibly moved by Rihanna's words. But Rihanna wasn't done. "Now tell me about this presentation. How prepared are you? Want to practice with me? I can give you some feedback." The woman stared at her in disbelief. "You're serious? You'd really help me with this?" "Of course," Rihanna said, flashing her iconic smile. "We've got this. Let's make it happen." As the two dove into the details of the pitch, the cafe became their little workshop. The woman explained her ideas while Rihanna listened intently, offering suggestions and encouragement along the way. For the first time in weeks, the woman felt confident about what she had to say. But this story doesn't end here. What impact will this chance encounter have on Rihanna herself? How will the media react if this moment becomes public knowledge? And more importantly, will the woman's presentation be a success? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. What do you think?